So where do the Playas fall within all of this? Do we go out and burn them at the stake? Or just accept that this world is full of them and move on? That question is a wonderful intro for tonight's guest, who is causing quite a stir around the country with his latest book, The Playas Handbook. A book that's supposed to perfect the brother's art of being single. Rachel disconnected the line, and instead of picking up another, she turned to the man who, moments ago, had come to take the chair opposite hers. Someone she was extremely aware of as a man. He was so good-looking that she was fighting the urge to start twitching in her chair. She'd heard that he was as arrogant as he was handsome. He was a divorcee 2 times over and had a reputation for changing women as often as he changed his socks. He was a true player, so his books were based not only on his scholastic opinions, but also on deeply ingrained experience. She breathed in deeply before speaking to the listening audience. I have with me Dr. Lance Montgomery, whose previous book, How a Brother Can Avoid Getting to the Altar, also caused quite a ruckus a couple of years ago. Dr. Montgomery is a renowned divorce and relationship expert who gives advice to men on how to stay single and remain happy. Drawing on his own experiences as well as those of men he has counseled in his acclaimed workshops and on his popular syndicated radio talk show, his books supposedly help men understand and accept that there is nothing wrong with being a player, and show them how to avoid the big C word, commitment. Her voice grew soft and seductive. Welcome to our show, Dr. Montgomery. Lance smiled. Thanks for the invitation, Rachel. Well now, Dr. Montgomery, you have really stirred up a hornet's nest this time with your rules that players should live by. I understand there are several marriage and family groups that are asking for a recall of your book. He chuckled. Yes, so I hear. And that doesn't bother you? Lance chuckled again. Not at all. Unfortunately, the truth hurts at times. And some women refuse to own up to the fact that they are the main reason men are avoiding commitments, becoming bona fide players, and preferring to remain as such. Rachel leaned back in her chair. Would you like to explain that, Doctor? He smiled. Certainly. The majority of women fail to know what a man wants and needs, and those who have a clue don't give a damn. So what you have is an abundance of high-maintenance women who expect all and want to give nothing. What man wants a woman who could leave him in financial ruins? What some women don't like to admit is that, in a way, they are players too. Instead of playing around with other men, they resort to playing around with a man's mind, often being manipulative in the process. And they enjoy using sex as a power play instead of keeping it real. Rachel glanced over at the computer monitor and noticed how it was flashing. The calls were coming in fast and furious already. It was apparent that the good doctor had hit a nerve with a majority of the radio audience, and they had a lot to say. Some of her female callers could be ruthless, and she was anxious to hear how Dr. Montgomery would respond. She pressed the button for caller number 4 and saw the name Aaron pop up on the monitor. She smiled. Aaron Drayton was a regular caller and a player hater of the worst kind. Hello, Aaron. You're on. Later that night, or rather very early the next morning, Lance lay in his jacuzzi bathtub, leisurely soaking his body and absently watching the play of the lathered bubbles that covered his chest, torso, and thighs. Sexual fulfillment had him so relaxed he could drift off to sleep at any moment. Somewhere in the back of his subconscious, he could still hear Rachel Kaysen scream his name when an orgasm ripped through her. She had almost burst his damn eardrums. The woman had been easy. After the show, he had suggested a nightcap at her place, and could all but inhale the scent of her wet panties. He shook his head as he began sponging the bubbles off his body. As far as he was concerned, hindsight was 20/20. If he had to do it all over again, he wouldn't marry the first time, and would certainly not have been stupid enough to do it.